Hello parents and carers, it's Simon Abeledo here. It is 5th of May 2021 and video update on where we are and what's happening at Rush Green here. So it's been a little while since my last video update, but just to sort of give you a rough outline of what's been happening. So the children obviously returned sort of earlier on in March, and we've had a bit of a settling in period and just recapping on things like behaviour strategies and getting children back into routines, doing some of the mental health and wellbeing activities that we've had planned in school that we rolled out in September and have re-rolled out again. It's been very successful. The children have settled in beautifully, got very used to routines again quickly, which is what we needed them to do, and I think probably that's the one thing that they really needed and probably missed most was those just general school routines that they have on a daily basis. As I say, they've settled in really well. The teachers over the last few weeks have been carrying out tests, informal tests, to measure gaps in children's learning and sort of assess against the progress that the children made in September. And although we made some phenomenal progress in September, obviously I think we all knew that with lockdown 3 and with some of the cases that we had in the run up to Christmas, that there were going to be some lost learning there. Now we've identified where that lost learning is. We've looked at our curriculum, and we've looked at in terms of quality first teaching, what needs to be done, and already the teachers are planning around that to try and recoup those gaps. And we're sort of working on a bit of a recovery programme. What we're very anxious to do though is not to go back to previous years' learning. Now we appreciate that there'll be some gaps in previous years' learning. You know, we know that's a given. But obviously the children, the ultimate expectation is the children need to learn the curriculum for the year group that they're in. So if they're in year 4, for example, we need to make sure that they're learning the year 4 syllabus. Now, having said that, we know there are gaps in year 3, so as the year 4 teachers are working through this year, they're picking up, as they come across them, some of the year 3 gaps and bringing that into the year 4 teaching. What we don't want to do is say, right, okay, you know, we're going to put a cap on all of the year 4 stuff, we're going to go right back to the year 3 curriculum and start delivering that, because otherwise the children will never catch up. So that's the process that we're working through, and through good quality differentiation, through some really good planning and good use of adults around the school, what we're doing is looking at picking up children where we've got some slightly bigger gaps there, much like we did in the autumn term, where we had a really good success rate. Unfortunately, some of those children that we were working on in the autumn term have fallen back again to where they were, but we're pretty confident we can pick up on all of this. And as I've said in previous videos, we know this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a race. It's not about getting these children caught up really, really quickly. It's about getting these children caught up in a methodical, practical way, which means that their learning sticks. We don't want to rush them through things where they're going to forget things 5 minutes later. So that's going to be really important for us over the remainder of this year. There's not an awful lot longer, but certainly going forward next year too. Now, obviously thinking towards next year, we know that we've got our year 5 pupils coming up. They'll obviously be in year 6. We've only got half a term, just over half a term with our year 6 pupils, so we've got some catch-up work to do there to try and get these children secondary ready, and particularly for our year 5 pupils going to year 6, we know that they've missed a fair bit of time, what with some of the lockdowns, the bubble closures before Christmas too. So we're looking at all of that, the year groups that had the most bubble closures, and looking at what we can do to sort of resolve any gaps there too. And at the moment we're deploying lots of resources to try and support those holes, but all in hand, so I don't want you to worry about that. We've got a good handle on things, and we'll get those issues resolved, and we'll keep you up to date with with how we're doing along the way. Parents' evenings are coming up. There'll be a letter coming out next week, but we're looking at the 25th, 26th and 27th of May, and different year groups be on different days. It'll all be done via telephone call though. All right. We're going to leave the videos conferencing type stuff, because I think we know that some people don't all have the same access to IT, and what we don't want are things like web breakup or internet difficulties spoiling the order of things. So telephone call is going to be the best approach. So that's the approach we'll be taking. It'll be much the same as we ran last year. So look out for that letter. And lastly, just to say that we have had a COVID case in school today. We've done really well up until now. One COVID case, we've sent a Year 3 class home with some associated children in the Breakfast and After School Club. Breakfast and After School Club are operating on bubbles and sort of keeping children apart. That's worked particularly well, but letters will have gone out for that today. It is a timely reminder that COVID is still out in our community, and irrespective of relaxations and things like that, and whether or not you've got COVID fatigue, and we're all getting fed up with this, but it is still out there in the community, and obviously there are variants that we do need to be wary about. So just to give you a heads up on that, but again, it's well in hand, and we've done everything that we needed to do. And so school is still a safe place, well, as safe as it can be, but keep wearing your masks and all the great things you've been doing. And thank you very much, everyone, for all your support, particularly during lockdown 3. If you need anything, you know where we are. So thanks for your support. Bye bye.